Now, yesterday, the Minister for Kampala, the Right Honorable Betty AMongi, unveiled a couple of measures on the regulation of the taxi industry. As we speak right now, taxi drivers are registering and getting their routes plan as part of these measures. To explain to us what this means, we have Mr. Peter Kauju, the spokesperson of the Kampala Capital City Authority. First of all, Mr. Kauju, you've heard about the council having a rebuttal with the minister's approach. What do you make of this? Why did the minister pass proposals without going through the council?
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be back in studios here. We've been very, very busy ensuring that the city gets better, that by the time people come from the lockdown, they find a much improved city, and that has really been engaging us. Now, yesterday, we issued guidelines on the possible return of public transport in the city, and clearly, like you said, we started this morning at Chitante Primary School, and we're going to add Old Kampala Secondary School grounds as well, because what we want to do now is to ensure that as people return, especially those that are involved in public transport, their vehicles, their motorcycles should actually be in good mechanical condition, and they should be people with the right requirements, you know, coming back to public roads. Because the report we have got from police most recently indicates that during this lockdown, the casualty ward is almost not registering any case. So we want to ensure that we actually promote safety on the roads. And now the issue of the council that you have raised, they have a right. Yes, they have a right to take decisions as the policy making arm of the institution, and definitely what they have indicated here is that they are not happy with the way the minister handled this, and so they will be able to engage and write to the executive director, who is the accounting officer. So we'll wait, and we'll be happy to give guidance because it is also at his discretion as the accounting officer to guide on how things should
now move. I'm very much interested about how do you determine, with the new measures coming in place, and especially the implementation, how do you decide which route a taxi gets? What if all the fight for the profitable ones goes to one particular group? How do we decide that I'm going to stay on Entebbe route, or this and this? The routes that are profitable compared to others. So how does KCCA determine the route to give me if I'm a taxi operator?
Yes, our people who are actually running a taxi business, we want to first of all thank them for the patience they have exhibited during this period of 2 months, and we've had quite a number of engagements with them, and we have been working with the leadership in determining these routes, in coming up with all these changes that are coming. So we never sat and decided as KCCA. It has been highly consultative with the leaders of taxis, and so what is happening, what has started today, is for people to come and show their interest in terms of the routes that they feel they're interested in working or prying. And so we are going to capture this data, and we will sit and again sit with the administrators, and then this decision can actually be taken. So it's not that somebody will come and can be able to take only the profitable routes when we are there working. We've been compiling data, and this is actually to continue polishing this up, and so we want to ensure that there is actually equity, and people get to get what they think is going to work for them. But we are basically trying to come up with regulations to ensure that there is order, there is sanity in the way people are doing their business. We have had challenges in the past because the way matatus work in Kampala is that if somebody is coming from Luzira and they're getting past Centenary Park, and they see people on the other side crossing to Mukono, they can easily make a U-turn and leave whoever was going to town and get and take these people that have. So we want to create organization, because when you say this is my route, it is clearly, your car is actually clearly branded and given the route map and the route number. So it's going to help us in terms of also reducing on the accidents, but also getting people to be organized. I mean, systems have
getting
to be
organized, Mr. Kauju here. Now that you're determining the routes and all those that are doing, Is KCCA equally going to determine the fares? Because now it's only 8 or 9 people in a matatu.
Yes.
Is KCCA going to determine, or you've left this to the discretion of the taxi operators to charge us 3,000 from Boyogedede to Kampala?
There are discussions going on, again, working hand in hand with the leaders of taxis. Ultimately, when it started, when it came out, when a directive was given by the president, they indicated that since they were going to be operating at half capacity, definitely the fares would double. And now there are other proposals which are coming into play. They are saying it is possible that we can actually carry, each taxi can carry 9 people. So these are decisions that are going to be taken by Ministry of Works and KCCA, the traffic police, to ensure that we give them guidance, including the matter of the fares as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. KAUJJU. We hope this goes as planned and smoothly.
We are really working hard, and we want to implore everybody that is engaged in this industry to follow the guidelines and work with us to improve service. Ultimately, we want to reduce on the level of on the number of accidents on public roads, and also ensure that we build confidence on people who are using public transport in Kampala City.
Well, there you have it. That is Mr. Peter KAUJJU, the spokesperson of Kampala Capital City Authority. That will take us for a break, and we'll be back.